The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
My friends, Alex Jones here to tell you about some of the most important information concerning you and your family's health. Radiation levels have more than doubled in the last 60 years in the Northern Hemisphere from all of the nuclear testing and radiological accidents. Radioactive contamination is now in most of the food supply. There's only two ways to avoid this. Move south of the equator or properly protect your thyroid with Nascent Iodine. Looking to protect my family, I've done deep research. Nascent Iodine is the purest, cleanest, absolute best form of iodine to protect yourself and your family. It's made right here in the USA, completely non-GMO. I searched out the best quality and now have developed a double-strength form of Nascent Iodine, exclusively available at InfoWarsLife.com. Nascent Iodine is on record as one of the only safe ways to detox from fluoride poisoning. Survival Shield Nascent Iodine. Secure your super high-quality Nascent Iodine today at InfoWarsLife.com. That's InfoWarsLife.com. Alex Jones here with a message to fellow freedom lovers. The prognosis for the entire planetary economic system runs from bad to worse. The globalist model is to shut down societies and starve patriots out until they acquiesce to the global takeover. That's why we've assembled the most vital and important preparedness items at InfoWarsShop.com. These are items that I did research on, that I personally use. We've got the Life Straw, so you can turn fetid water into safe water anywhere you go. The K-Tor hand crank generator to charge up key equipment during power outages or out in the field. Strategic Relocation, 3rd edition by Joel Skousen. When Disaster Strikes by Matthew Stein. ThyroSafe, used by Homeland Security to protect yourself during any radiological event. Hand crank shortwave AM/FM radios. Everything that we've researched and found to be the best is available at InfoWarsShop.com, and your purchase makes our InfoWar possible. We're getting prepared. Are you? InfoWarsShop.com. Alex Jones here to tell you about how you can help spread liberty worldwide while also enjoying what I have found to be the best tasting 100% organic coffee on the planet. For more than a decade, my favorite coffee has come from the high mountains of southern Mexico, where the Chiapas farmers grow their unique shade-grown Arabica beans. We have now managed to secure these sought-after beans in a highly customized blend. Discover and try a bag of the Patriot Blend 100% organic coffee at InfoWarsLife.com. This coffee gives you a long, smooth pick-me-up for hours without the headaches and heartburn that so many other coffees give me personally. Hands down, this is my favorite coffee, and it's taken us years to secure connections directly to the Chiapas Mexican farmers. Drop by the site today, order a bag or two, and I don't think you're going to be disappointed. Available in original or with our Immune Support Infusion Blend. You will be supporting a free press, all the while enjoying a truly great-tasting cup of my favorite coffee. Available at InfoWarsLife.com.
We are on the march. The Empire is on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
All right, we're going to get into more trends with Gerald Celente, look at what's happening militarily around the world, what George Soros is up to, trying to overthrow the Ukrainian government because they didn't want to merge with the EU, which is just as bad as the Soviet Union, if you ask me, the old Soviet Union, and where he sees military action going. I mean, so much of what he's talked about here is now happening. And that's why they attack him and say he's not accurate, because the more accurate you are, the more they say you're not accurate. Now, if Obama lies about everything, why he's incredibly accurate, you don't agree with that, you're racist. But briefly, we carry the very best products, period, at InfoWarsStore.com. The best books, the best films, whether it's on GMO and food guides, or whether it's on the Second Amendment, or whether it's on the overall eugenics agenda, or whether it's on the plan to implode America, fall the Republic. These are key things to give to friends and family. These are key weapons in the info war. And it's essential. 90% of war in history, but particularly today, has been informational. We use truth, they use deception, they use undermining society. We want to empower society. Take your power back. Take back your power. Great film about getting off the grid, or taking back your power supplies, bare minimum, from the smart meters. Just so many great books and films, all available at InfoWarsStore.com. I mean, the store has really grown over the years, and everything on there we had some, not even cheap pins, but inexpensive pins and inexpensive umbrellas and stuff that have InfoWars on it. And it wasn't a bad idea a few years ago, but I said, you know what, let's just get rid of that too. Let's just have everything on there be the highest quality. The Made in1776.com is our Made in America line. A shirt that would cost $4 from China costs like $14 from the U.S. I mean, it's amazing. But again, it actually builds jobs here. Then we sell it to you for $25. And we've got brass belt buckles. They're almost sold out with George Washington. They're made in Oregon, numbered 1 through 500, 2 different sets, so 1,000. They're down to just, I don't know, 50 or 60 of each now. Great ball caps, all of it. InfoWarsStore.com. And I've taken 95% of the money, and we've made over the years, and dumped it into reporters and building an operation. We're almost there to the next level thanks to your support. And it wouldn't be bad if I kept a bunch of the money. I mean, I need to keep some in case people come after me or I can fight lawsuits. That's happened before. The point is that this idea that liberty, we should all be starving on the side of the street. No, you should support local business. You should support shows that tell the truth. You should subscribe to the Trends Journal. It's invaluable information. And then hand the magazine off to friends and family when you're done. It's all that little thing that's going to change the world. You know, think global, act local. That's what the establishment's done. We need to do that as well, and it's a war every day. We have the Pro Pure water filters, 10% off with the promo code WATER, and the Life Straw and others. The lowest prices you're going to find anywhere, folks, period. We've got just the best of the best at InfoWarsStore.com. You get a PrisonPlanet.tv membership to see the nightly news and all the films and the ebooks and all the other documentaries and live events and the 2.5-hour live show we did last night with the great reporters. I mean, the nightly news is just really hitting on all cylinders. That subscriber, 11 people can use each $5.95 a month membership. So what's 11 divided into $5.95? We're talking less than $1, 60 cents or something when it comes out to, for each person that can use this. I mean, that just pays for the bandwidth. PrisonPlanet.tv, become a member today. Or if you are a member, share that username and passcode. Make sure it's an original one that isn't for anything else. That's key. But the point is, PrisonPlanet.tv. And finally, our line of high-quality supplements, the true Nascent Iodine. We believe it's the only true Nascent Iodine out there. Believe me, we've run out of it before, not been able to manufacture more of it in the laboratory, and tried to find others. And it's just, believe me, we want to carry a lot of good stuff. We can't. We found a few half-decent ones that, you know, are good for emergencies and are stronger but are unpalatable. The point is, InfoWars Survival Shield, we have that in. The Super Male Vitality, all the estrogens and stuff. You need that. I certainly do. We've got the Fluoride Shield with the Nascent Iodine in it and 5 other key ingredients that are known to detoxify. I went out and did the research with top doctors, scientists, nutritionists. I brought you, that's why we only have 4 products on InfoWarsLife.com. The coffee, the Fluoride Shield, the Survival Shield, the Super Male Vitality. It is because it takes me time to get the very best. I got a bunch of products I want to roll out that I know are big hits and they're going to work great. I can't find absolutely pure forms that are purely organic and good. I mean, I'm beating my brains out. That's why I got rid of almost all my sponsors. A lot of them were good, but I couldn't handle it. I couldn't vet it. I couldn't mess with it all. I just said I'm getting rid of all the sponsors, got rid of 5 salespeople, and about half our funding just because I literally have to be the most moral person I can. And we're going to rebuild it. And they were good salespeople, too. It was just I couldn't manage it. I need to get managers in place. I need to go to the next level. And I got Gerald Holding. I apologize. I'm ranting here. I just barely plugged today, and that's how we fund ourselves. Please visit InfoWarsStore.com, InfoWarsLife.com. Shop with the good guys. Support us. Gerald Celente, he advertises in our magazine. He supports us because he knows it's important. I try to support him. We've all got to hang together or hang separate. Gerald Celente, you've got the floor on trends. I don't want to sit here and ask all the questions. Geopolitical, what's going on in the world? Can we turn it around? I think the biggest issue is, not that I'm some tough guy, but that people have never been in fights. They've never been robbed. They've never seen corruption. They have no street smarts now. We live in such an insulated, TV-based fantasy land that it's infected the ruling class as well. And, you know, people are either super smart and dialed in, or they're totally dumb, and I see an acceleration of that division. Gerald Celente.
Well, you know, I'd like to also, you know, just follow up on what you were talking about and how could it change. You know, I've been on virtually every TV show in the country, Oprah, the Today Show, Good Morning America, you name it. And I've been to your studios, and your studios are far above most of them. And I know the dedication that you have. So when you ask people, what can you do to help change? There's no show like yours. There's your website, the information, the people you have, your staff that is so dedicated, and the stories that they write every day. It's one of my first go-to websites. And I travel the world on websites, from China Daily to Fars to Al Jazeera to Haaretz, But Alex Jones' website, Prison Planet, has information that's written in ways and presented that virtually nobody else does. So people do have to understand the dedication that you and your staff have to help change us and put us in, as the word that you keep using, is in a more moral direction. And I'm the last guy to say, that I played it straight all the time and been the perfect guy. You try to advance yourself as you learn more and try to be better at what you're doing, in terms of, it's about self-respect. I don't want to pass out of this planet with having, any dark blemishes that I've done intentionally. So I really urge everyone to do what they can to keep promoting what you're doing, because you're one of the few voices out there, and you have the chutzpah and the cojones to say it the way it is.
Well, you too, my brother. I mean, I was just doing mid-air refueling to fund our operation. I just wanted to, go back to the public and explain to them this is high quality, but also they can build whatever they want by supporting it. And that's what you've always hammered on for 30 years as a consultant, lobbyist, the biggest corporations, to the public, you name it, is we literally build the world by our choices. That's why folks have got to become subscribers of the Trends Journal. That's why they've got to support DrudgeReport.com, WorldNet Daily, anything that's independent, anything that has a moral compass, anything that isn't totally obsessed with evil. And that's what it comes down to, is how do we turn this around?
Again, it's about self-respect, and it's happening. Yes, there are a lot of losers out there. And to me, by the way, that show last night in Washington, it was a pickup from the Grammys, about the same stupid level. But there are a lot of people that care, and you're a historian. You know that the revolution began with very few people in America. And even at the height of it, a lot of people didn't support it. So it can happen with people that care. And that's really what it comes down to. And now on to the geopolitics. It was a line that Obama threw out there that people it just pushed him right through. He made the distinction that how we were going to have a deal with Iran. And Iran, it's all about business. And you saw Rouhani over there in Davos. It's about business. 70 million people there. The country's been laying dormant, and the multinationals want to get in there, as the oil companies do. So it's a business deal. Let's get it straight. But he threw two lines in there, and you could see how the deal was made. He called Israel, quote, a Jewish state. That was the one that they're pushing for now. And number two, boom, right in like that. And we're going to support those Syrian rebels. So he made a deal with Israel, and he made a deal with Saudi Arabia and the Arab Little League. Because the Arab Little League are the ones that also, by the way, there was a great one I was on with the Washington bureau chief of Al Jazeera right before the Libyan war on China Today. And you got to see this guy freak out at the end when he was telling us why America has to attack Libya. And I said to him, listen, you haven't answered any of my questions in an hour. I'll tell you what, you want to go to war with Libya? Pack up your crap and take your wife and your kids and yourself and go fight the war. Don't you dare tell us what we as Americans should do. And you mentioned Washington. Could you imagine Obama or Clinton or Clintons or little Georgie Bush or Gates or the rest of them going up to George Washington, a guy that was out there on the front lines, and saying to him, you know, George, you're full of baloney about these foreign entanglement nonsense. We're going to do what we want and get involved in any other country's business. So I'm going back to Obama again, throwing the line out to Syria. They just cut a deal with the Arab League to keep this destabilization going. And when you look at Saudi Arabia, the reason they're against a deal with Iran, look at oil prices. We're having one of the coldest winters we've had, and oil prices are still staying low. There's a